Hi everyone, my name's Nikki and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made these bookmark tassels. So let's get started.
So to begin, we're going to need a ruler, some tape, pliers, scissors, a needle, and whatever string you're going to use to make your tassel. I'm using number 10 crochet thread. But you could also use number 5 crochet thread or embroidery floss or any other thin string that suits your fancy. To begin, we're going to cut 2 pieces of string, each of them 3 feet long, to twist together to form the loop of our tassel. If you would prefer the loop of your tassel to be braided rather than twisted, make the braid about 7 inches long. Also, be sure to leave at least 7 inches, maybe 8, of thread before you begin your braid and at the end of your braid, as this will become part of the fringe on the tassel when it's complete. After you've cut your string, take one string and fold it in half. Put the ends together and tape it to your work surface. Now, take the other string and pass it through the loop you just created and put the ends of it together and pull it tight. Not too tight because you don't want to pull it out from underneath the tape, but tight enough to hold it taut, and then begin twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting until you can't really see the twists anymore and it just looks like a solid piece of string. At this point, while continuing to hold the string taut, grab it in the middle where the 2 colors meet and fold it in half and begin twisting those 2 halves together. You'll want to keep a little bit of tension on the strings so that it doesn't get any kinks throughout the twist. But you'll see it wants to twist together on itself. And once it's together like this, it will not untwist and you can remove the tape from your work surface. Now we're going to form our loop. I like to make mine between 3 1/4 and 3 1/2 inches long. So fold the string in half and make a square knot. Crisscross through, and then pull it tight. It can be a little fiddly getting the knot exactly where you want it, but don't worry if your loop is a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger than mine. Make it whatever size you'd like. Now we're going to cut the ends off our tails and untwist the strings. This will leave 4 individual strings on each side of our knot. Using your fingernails and a bit of pressure, try to get the twist out of those strings and get them as smooth as possible because they will become part of the fringe at the end. Now it's time to cut the rest of the fringe for our tassel. I cut 11 pieces of string with a minimum of 7 inches in length. Now lay the center point of those 11 strings across the knot at the bottom of your loop. Then, using the tails from the loop, tie another square knot. Bring all the ends together and try to smooth them out the best you can. Cut one more piece of string 2 feet long. With about 7 inches on the left and the remainder of that 2 foot of string on the right, tie a square knot around your tassel just below the knot of the loop. Keeping the 7-inch portion of that string up with your loop and out of the way, we're going to trim the tassel just a little bit to make it easier to work with. And now we wrap. You want your wraps to be extremely tight, and also each wrap to be touching but not overlapping the previous wrap. I typically wrap 10 to 11 times down the fringe, and then again 10 to 11 times back up towards the knot. And here is the point where you're going to wish that you had an extra hand. Everything needs to be held tight, but I find pressing it against the work surface works. Now you want to take the 2 sides of your 2 foot piece of string and tie them together with another square knot. Using our blunt needle, we will take those 2 ends and feed them down through the wrap that we just created, making them part of the fringe as well. That needle is really hard to get through that wrap. That's why we use pliers to pull it the rest of the way through. Everything needs to be tight in order for your tassel to stay together. I like to cut the fringe of my tassel to 1 1/4 inch in length, but you can cut yours however long or short you'd like. And we are finished. The only thing we have to do now is attach our tassel to our bookmark. So, are you making bookmarks? Or do you have another project that you're adding tassels to? Let me know in the comments.
Oh, that was fun and not overly difficult. I think these bookmarks are awesome. Kids love them. I donate quite a few of them to a local charity. They have a library and let the kids pick out a book and a bookmark after they're done picking out clothes and shoes and things like that. So one other thing that's fun is you can get bags on Amazon, just about any size you can think of. And I happen to find these. They're 2 by 8. So I make my bookmarks the exact size to fit into the bag. So they're nice for, keeps them nice until a child picks one out. And the other thing is if when you're twisting your tie for the loop, you can use a drill with, this is mine, with just a piece of metal bent at the end. So you just tie a knot instead of twisting with your fingers until they fall off. You can just, easy peasy. So thank you for making bookmark tassels with me today, and I hope you all have a great one. See you next time. Bye.